Hola chicos. Today we're going to start with the imperfect tense. We're going to be dealing with regular and irregular verbs. And as I always mention, you can go to page 42 in your textbook. This is from chapter 1 to get more information. And obviously there's some more activities on that page, or 42 and 43. Okay, so let's get going and learn a little bit about the imperfect. But first, let's just discuss the preterite. If you remember, the preterite, this was a past tense that we've already learned. We had like hasta, o, amos, hasta, aron. With this, we deal with a past tense that has a definite beginning and an end. That's the preterite, okay? Por ejemplo, we have Ana cantó la fiesta anoche. It's over with. It's completed. And that's more or less the preterite in a nutshell. Whereas the imperfect, well, it's another way to talk about the past, but we're not going to be specific about a beginning or an end. It's much more open-ended. We did learn this last year, talking about what we were like when we were little. We were describing the weather, talking about what time it was, what the date was. All of those deal with the imperfect. So very much more so including description about your story. Okay? So, por ejemplo, we have Ana cantaba. Ana was singing. Well, when? There's no actual indication of a beginning or end. So with that, like I said, it's a little bit more open-ended. Okay? Again, we're going to talk about or use the imperfect when we talk about actions that have been repeated in the past. And we'd usually say like used to or would, was or were. Again, dealing with ongoing actions. I guess that's our key word for the imperfect. Ongoing actions in the past. Generalmente caminaban mucho. Generally, they would walk a lot. Again, we're talking about this happening more and more. It was a repeated action in the past. There's no specific beginning or ending. Jugaban con los otros niños de la familia. They used to play with other children in the family. Again, we're not giving it a specific beginning or end, but we're just saying what was it that they used to do, okay? Implying again that it happened more than once, repeatedly. We have some expressions that these would be important for you to copy down. Por ejemplo, we have generalmente, a menudo, which means often, muchas veces, todos los días. With the todos los días, remember we could say stuff like todos los meses, todas las mañanas, or anything really with like the todo or todos, implying every, okay? También tenemos siempre, nunca, and then we could use de niño or de niña. That's going to cue us to use the imperfect tense. Okay, well, let's start taking a look at the endings. Okay, obviously we need to know those endings in order to speak using the imperfect. So one thing to notice is that there is an accent mark on the nosotros form for these normal AR verbs. So caminar. We have yo caminaba, tú caminabas, él, ella, usted caminaba, nosotros caminábamos, vosotros caminabais, and ellos, ellas, ustedes caminaban. Now, do not copy down what I wrote where I have nos dot and vos dot. I only wrote short forms because I had no space to put the whole entire word. Please make sure if you're copying this down like what I have here, you actually write out nosotros and vosotros, okay? Because those are not actual abbreviations for those words. So remember from last year too, we have a song. I'm going to start at the beginning of it. We have aba, abas, aba, abamos, abais, aban. Let's check out another verb. Okay, and one other thing too, before I do continue, that the yo form and the usted el ella form, we'll go back to show you that. We have yo caminaba, usted caminaba. In order to avoid confusion, like it says here, we are going to use the subject pronouns. And so we could use yo caminaba, but we might say Roberto caminaba, okay, to avoid confusion. All right, so let's do a couple more here. We have patinar, to skate. So aba, abas, aba, abamos, abais, aban. Okay, so using that same, if you can remember the song, maybe I'll have you sing it next time I see you. Okay, next we have usar, same endings. Okay, notice we haven't seen any irregular verbs yet. We will. But here again we have aba, abas, aba, abamos, abas, aban. And notice too, we have to put that accent mark on the nosotros form. Una más, lugar. No, it's caminar. Okay. Again, aba, abas, aba, abamos, abais, aban. Remember the song. You're gonna hate it, but you'll love it. Okay, now let's take a look at the ER and IR. Again, we're just going to look at a few of the normal ER and IR endings. Okay, so here we have the verb comer. The new endings will be comía, comías, comía, comíamos, comíais, comían. And notice here, all of the I's have an accent. We're going to notice that as well with the IR verb. Okay, so continuing our song, we have, for going back to, we have aba, abas, aba, abamos, abas, aban, ia, ias, ia, iamos, iais, ian. Ooh, it's getting good. Vivir. Again, vivía, vivías, vivía, vivíamos, vivíais, vivían. So, aba, abas, aba, abamos, abais, aban, ia, ias, ia, iamos, iais, ian. Sing it over and over and over because it's going to help you to remember these endings. Now, the last three verbs we're going to deal with today are the irregular. Ir, ser, and ver. So first we have ir. Iba, ibas, iba, íbamos, ibais, iban. Notice the arrow. It is because the nosotros form is the only one here that will have the accent. Next one is the verb ser. Similar in the sense that the nosotros is the only one that has the accent. So erra, erras, erra, erramos, errais, erran. Okay, just be aware that, so for right now we have ir with the accent on the nosotros, and we have ser with the accent on the nosotros. And the last one with ver, it's on all of them. And this is a good one to practice saying out loud again. So I'm going to say the yo form and then you're going to repeat it. I'm going to say the to form and then you're going to repeat it throughout the whole verb. Okay, we have veía, veías, veía, veíamos, veíais, veían. Be ready tomorrow to be able to pronounce this verb correctly. Okay, notice it has 3 vowels. I want to hear them all. Okay, and this one has accent on every single I. Okay. One other little note, that when we do deal with the verb haber, we've seen haber in the present tense as I, which means there is or there are, but in the imperfect it's going to be había, meaning there was or there were, or there used to be. But notice my sentence here. Generalmente no había muchos participantes en el campeonato. Notice that with había, it's singular. We'll always be using the singular form when we're using this imperfect tense, even though it says muchos participantes, because we can translate había as there was or there were, in which case it agrees here with muchos. Okay. For some additional practice, you can go to page 16 in your core workbook and pages 41 and 42 in the big book. I'd also like you to go to www.phschool.com and type in this web code JED0107 for more practice. And what I'd like you to do for that web code is actually write down the answers in your binder. We're going to go over those mañana. Okay, adios chicos y nos vemos. Ciao, ciao.